Well, wouldn't you know it? It's raining. Well, isn't that interesting? Why? Because I've just completed filming a video about two local dams. One's being repaired and is nearly being brought back online, it's been drained of water. And the other one is very low on water because of the drought we've been having. It's been so dry here. Together we'll fly, explore and adventure, find the limits and learn the basics, scenic landscape and how to discover the amazing joy of flight and all the rewards it brings with CrayonBox on the recreational pilot, beginning now. Welcome to the Recreational Pilot. I'm Stuart, aka CrayonBox, and I've made a video about our recent drought and, well, let's just say we were short of water, or looking like we would be for a little while there. It was uncertain a few months ago as to how this was going to pan out, and as I explained, the end of the wet season was upon us, which meant our dismal amount of rain for the area was coming to an end. What we did get, which wasn't enough to fill the dams. I'm going to take you northwest to two of our water resources where we will check out their levels and what's going on with one of the dams that is being modified. In fact, it's being lowered, and those dams are at quite low levels. So our water isn't looking, the supply, not looking too good. Our wet season is ending, as I said, our dry season is coming. So what's to be expected? Well, in a nutshell, what's happened, we got rain. Shortly after I did this flight, we got some rain, but you'll see how dry it got and how low the water levels got. I'll show you the graphs. It's also being said quite frequently that this area, the Fraser Coast, is in what we, well, what do we call it? Politely call this area, we're in the donut hole, where we don't get any rain. The rain splits and goes around the area, and it's actually been proven over the years with a lot of historical data from rainfall. Between Rockhampton up to the north and down to Gympie, this area tends to get its, it falls short of the rainfall that it needs, and it gets way less than what the other areas around the area do. Now, don't get me wrong, that just means we get more sunshine days, doesn't it? More days to enjoy great weather, but we still need the dams full and we still need great weather. So I'm going to take you on a journey out northwest to look at the two water resources. We'll have a look at the levels and we'll talk about it on the way. Well, good morning. This morning I'm at the Maryborough Airport in Queensland, Australia. We're going to go and look at some dams. We've had summer. Summer is our wet season, and unfortunately we haven't had too much rain, which means the dams will probably be a little bit dry. You can see brown grass in the background. Now, because our wet season's already happened or nearly over, there doesn't look like there's going to be any more rain for the year, well, until another 6 months-ish, probably 3 to 4, 5 months anyway. And you remember what happened over at Fraser Island a few months ago, in November of last year, only about, what was that, 5 months ago, all the fires. So what's going to happen now? Are we going to get rain or are we not? We missed out by that much getting a cyclone last week. It just blew by again. So that's normally what brings our rain. Let's go and look at these dams and see what sort of condition they're in. Actually, one of the dams, I'll tell you a little story, has just been finished. They've done some repairs and they've also lowered the height of the dam wall so that it won't break. And, well, because of the reduced capacity, and the need to lower the dam water before they did the repairs, the dam is now fairly light on water and we're not likely to get any more. So where does that leave us with that dam? And they're also talking now about, I saw on the news the other night, that within a few months that dam could dry up to a puddle. Interesting bleak times ahead maybe.
Maryborough traffic, microlight 6340, taxis Charlie for runway 17 Maryborough. Alright, so we're all ready to go. We're, yeah, check out the grass, it's dying. Harvey Bay's no better, of course. This whole corner of the world is showing a lot of signs of distress with a lack of rainfall. The time is now 7:30. I estimate this flight will take about an hour and 20 minutes. Maryborough traffic, microlight 6340, enters, lines up, rolls 17, left-hand departure and then midfield overhead towards the west. Maryborough traffic. So that's the departure, and the first stop will be Lenfield's Dam, which is one of the main water supplies in the area. Apparently from what I've heard it's getting a bit low, so we're going to check that out first. So I think I can see it just ahead of us now. It's not too far actually. Now if you notice as well, you'll see a lot of dead grass around, a lot of brown. It's supposed to be green at this time of the year, but it's not. So unless we get some rain soon, we're going to have a long, dry, dead winter. We're coming up on Lenfield Dam now, and it's quite a large dam, but not, I mean, by local standards, not by international standards. And I can see a lot of dry banks at the moment. It looks like it's quite dry around the edges too, so it's been this way for quite some time. So if I need to land, there's enough room around the edges of the dam. It's not looking so pretty. The air is always rough out here too. We're actually coming up on the dam wall at the moment now. You can see it's quite dry. You can see animal tracks through the island down here actually. Wouldn't know what sort of animals, but I know there's horses and cattle and maybe obviously, well I'd say definitely pigs. Of course there's the odd camper up here as well. There's a camping site near the dam wall. There's cattle on the island down there actually. Quite a few. There might be some horses as well. I think I see a horse. Mostly cattle. Well, I must say my landing options here are better than they have been in the past. But getting access, man, there's no roads here. So if I was to land down there, how would I get out? There's a track there. I guess there's four-wheel drive access. We're going to another dam now called Paradise Dam. Paradise Dam is the one that I spoke about in the introduction that's been modified, repaired because of some issues with the design. They've lowered the level of the dam. It will be permanently lowered now because they've lowered the dam wall or the outflow. So the capacity has severely been reduced. Not sure how much by, I'll try and put it on the screen. And the result now, of course, without rain is that it's drying up. They reckon that the Paradise Dam without rain will possibly dry out the next few months. Give it 3 or 4 months anyway. So yeah, that'll be something to look at as time goes on. We're coming up to Paradise Dam. Our total flight time so far is about 40 minutes. This country is very dry still, and for a wet season this is a bad sign. You might be able to see around me the clouds. It's a very low cloud base this morning, overcast, probably about 4,000 feet. We're currently at 2,500 feet. This cloud is kind of like it's been this wet season. We've been teased a lot with wind. Well, we've had wind, which is useless for anything. Can't even go flying, believe it or not, really, when it's too windy. But this cloud doesn't produce any rain, and of course the wind contributes to drying out the grass, and yeah, we just get this kind of weather where it doesn't actually produce any useful situation. So this is the road just below me now, actually, that turns off to Paradise Dam. So we'll track towards the actual river. If there's the dam over there, man, it's nothing. It's a puddle already. It's just a river, actually. It's quite difficult to find today because it's quite dry already. Anyway, let's get on with this, and we'll do some flies over the actual dam wall. And we'll have a look at the level of the dam, and we'll see if we can see what what's been modified on the dam wall as well. But check out the dead grass and the brown paddocks, and this isn't the way it's supposed to be. So a result now of having completed the dam wall modification is that they'll try and fill up the dam by blocking the river flow. Now, of course, without rain there won't be much of that either, which could mean there's detrimental effect downstream of the dam because the river flow won't be anywhere near what it needs to be. Anyway, I'm making this video just so anyone that's interested can see what the situation currently is out here. I can actually see a crane boom at the dam wall, but we're gonna enter the dam by flying upstream up the river, which is only about a mile ahead of us. I'm hoping that it's not so rough down lower, so we can get down a bit closer. Start turning towards the south, which will track us up the river. So what used to be a dam, an actual filled lake, is now a river. So there looks like there's still work going on here. Of course, I guess they won't be letting any water go in a hurry. There's only the minimal trickle. I can see some whitewater rapids just below us, so there must be some flow there. I mean, they're only small rapids, but you can see there's white water there that's flowing. Try and do a circuit around the dam overhead, a lap of the dam wall. Yeah, there's a lot of work still going on here. There's a lot of white water at the foot of the dam on the left. The flatter ground in front of us used to be covered in water, so this area ahead of us was all dam water, but it's dry now. Of course it's dry mostly as well because they would have had to drop it for the purpose of modifying the dam, but now that there's no rainfall, they're going to have trouble filling it up again. And in fact, as I said, it could dry out again, could dry out completely. We'll do a lap around the other way in case I haven't got it properly on the cameras. Okay, below us now is where the dam water used to be, the actual lake, and you can see some boat ramps and things. They're well and truly high and dry. Actually, if you have a look at this video, you'll see it high when the water was high. And one of the guys from the Aero Club landed his seaplane, amphibious plane here, his Sea Ray. Go and enjoy that. There's a 3-part series as well. Day out with just going flying in this area and going out for a coffee. Anyway, yeah, you can really appreciate how low the water is here at the moment. It does just look like a river. You can see the banks on the far side. They're quite well and truly above the current low tide mark. So we're going to set up for a right hand lap of the actual dam wall now. Well, I hope you can now appreciate the situation with the current drought that we're in. I don't know if it's been declared drought, but I know there's a fire risk, and I know there's a lack of rainfall, and you can see from the two dams that there's a lack of water in them as well. So we're going to leave here now. We're going to fly back to the other dam and do another pass as we close on this video. Mirror traffic, microlight 6340 joins midfield crosswind 17 left hand circuit full stop mirror. Well, that was interesting. Just a teaser, few showers on the way in. Won't amount to much though, it normally doesn't, so anyway.
So as you can see, there's a lot of data, and thank goodness we got the rain when we did, but we are now going into a dry season. We are now on stage 2 water restrictions, which means we can't just water the garden and wash the car anytime we want to. We've still got to be thoughtful. We've got to think about the fact that there may not now be any significant rainfall for 6 months. And as you saw last year, that meant we had a catastrophic bushfire situation on Fraser Island, which burnt for about 6 to 8 weeks. and I think probably burnt around about 2/3 of the island, leaving some green pockets, and there's some videos on my channel about that as well. So I hope you can appreciate what's going on in the local area. I know there's other parts of the world that are either suffering with well, floods and droughts as well. But I'm just trying to bring some data to the local area, to the people that live here, to show them what it looked like before and after the drought that we just had. Now it's green, now it's wonderful, now is the time to enjoy and appreciate what we have until we have another drought. Thanks for watching, and remember, get out there, go and have a great flight. See you next time.